Hello everybody, CryptoChaperone here again, and today I'm going to be showing you how I personally do my day trading. The site that I use is Bittrex, but that's only because I'm the most familiar with it. You could use any site that you're most familiar with as long as you kind of understand it, and there's graphs that kind of show the sell and buys. That's kind of what I'm going to be showing you today, so that's why I use Bittrex. So I'm just going to jump into this. I'm going to just be showing you how I kind of do my day trading. So first thing I normally do is I'll just go and I'll look through the biggest losers and the biggest gainers of the day. So when you go through and look at a time like this too, you're going to see a lot of big losers. Normally you don't see any coins down, and you'll see maybe one coin that'll have negative 20%, and then there will be a couple like in the negative like high teens. But just because of the whole situation of the fork and everything that's coming up, you've got a lot of coins that are in the negatives today. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult to show an example of this. But this will definitely be a great time to show how to buy some coins on discount. But on the other end of the spectrum, I like to look at the coins that are on the highest end of the percent change too. So on here we have Mona, which if you watch my other video, you know that's because it got released on a Japanese exchange and now everybody's just buying it up. GBG, I think that's the gold. Is that the... I don't know what this one is. It's, for some reason, doesn't have any symbol popping up. GBG, but I think that's the... Okay, whatever. But okay. So when you look at these coins, I'm going to look at the biggest loser at the moment. And this coin actually is going to be not listed anymore on Bittrex after the 20th. So we probably won't see very many opportunities. Okay, you've got a large buy wall here. So in a situation like this, you can see smaller amounts here that are going to go up, and these are going to be people that are trying to buy in front of the buy wall, and they're kind of putting support up for the buy wall. And they're actually putting up support pretty much to keep the price from dropping anywhere below the buy wall, since this coin does only have about 24 Bitcoins a day volume. A 4 Bitcoin buy wall is decent for this. Other than that, when you buy into something like this, so say you were somebody that was just going to be day trading and I wanted to buy into this coin, it's not something that you're going to want to buy into just because of the fact that you've got a low volume, and you're going to want to scroll down here. You're going to want to look at the market history, see how many trades have been going on. And this whole page is pretty much filled up with trades over the last like 30 minutes. You can see trades just on this first page, which isn't good if it's 30 minutes of trades just over like a course of like 10 or 12 trades here. So this coin really isn't getting much action, which is a situation that you'll run into if you did go and you purchase this whole buy wall. You're going to have to eventually sell these coins. So the way that you're going to want to sell these coins is you're going to have to sell them in little bits and pieces, because if you throw up a big sell wall, nobody's ever going to purchase a sell wall on a currency that's only got 24 Bitcoin volume, especially if you put up a 4 or 5 Bitcoin sell wall. So you're going to just cause a lot of panic and drop the price substantially, and then you're going to lose out on a lot of profit. So the way that you would have to sell your coins is you're going to have to trickle coins into the market. I like to do it is I'll buy, say, X amount of coins, and then I'll trickle in maybe 10% every so often throughout maybe 10, not actually 10, most of the time I'll do about 8. I'll put out about 80% of my coins in here, and then I'll hold on to 20% in case all 80% of those do trigger. I like to keep the other 20% in case there's like a super gain on it. It goes way above those percentages, and maybe it goes up 20-30% above what I would have made. So I like to just keep those in case. And then if if it does go up, or one of my points was the highest point that it did reach and then it starts to drop, I could always sell my coins and still make a profit on it or break even, which isn't a problem at all, especially in cryptocurrencies where you could always make a profit tomorrow if you break even or lose today. So that's a thing about this is, so you have your buy wall, you have your support. So if you ever are invested in a coin like this also, and you want to make sure that the coin doesn't go down and you have enough to actually put into it, if you have some Bitcoin sitting around, I mean, if you have enough money to put into it, you could put up a buy wall to pretty much maintain the price that your currency's at. Now, on a currency like this where it doesn't have a high volume, you have a bigger chance of holding a buy wall than like on a bigger currency like a NEO or Omisi Go or something like that. You would have to have a extremely high buy wall, and at that point you'd still probably get your buy wall eaten up fairly quick if somebody really wanted to. On this, it's a very fairly unknown coin, and unless it gets picked up by a pump group, you're probably not going to see anything substantial on it. But just one thing that you always want to remember when you're buying into the coins is you're always going to have to sell your coins. So if you buy $10,000 of a currency, you're going to have to sell $10,000 of that currency unless you're planning to hold it forever and use it. So my motto is, at the end of the day, my goal is to have the most Bitcoins. I do hold other cryptocurrencies, but I'm holding them, trying to gain the most out of them, and then I will sell them for Bitcoin because I feel like Bitcoin is going to be the king at the end of all of this. So that's always something that you want to remember. You never want to have too much of one thing that you can't get rid of all at once, especially when the markets start dumping like this. You could lose 30% if you put your entire portfolio into one coin. You could lose 30% of your entire portfolio in one day. And then you could become one of those people who are panic selling with weak hands, and you could end up selling, and then you end up putting up a sell wall at an extremely low price, and everybody buys up your sell wall at a low price, and then the coin goes back up tomorrow, and then you lost out at your money. They made a profit off your loss, and then you pretty much are not feeling well the next few days. So never get your weak hands. Always hold your coins at a loss. And always remember, everything that you're going to buy, you're always going to have to sell. So I have not gone into much trading at this point, but I'm not going to actually do any trades. I'm just kind of talking about like the basics of what you want to pay attention to while you're doing this. So as I also look into this, another thing you want to look into is you want to look into the volumes. A big thing I've learned after a long time of trading cryptocurrencies is you always have a chance with these low volume currencies of getting a coin that's going to get a pump and dump group that picks it up. In a time like this where we have everybody trying to get the most Bitcoins they can for this whole fork that's coming up, and you have the controversy of people that might be jumping into the altcoins as soon as at the last second when they're at their biggest loss, so everyone can pick up their gains on that. So it's going to be a very timely procedure you're going to have to take here if you want to buy and sell at the right points. But I would not really take any chances on these low volume coins at the moment. But when the market's healthy, coins that have 6 and 7 volume in a day, they always run the risk of running into a pump group. And I'm sure if you just look at any of these coins, we'll look at BRX, you could look at a certain amount of time just like this, and this was only a span of, so it started getting pumped at 2, and these are half-hour intervals, so we've got 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours, so that pump lasted 3 hours. So everybody, if you look back here, you had your time of accumulation. This was probably someone that knew about the pump in the group firsthand. They bought up all their coins, sparked a little bit of an interest here. Probably had a couple other people in the group that might have bought their coins. And then all of a sudden you had the news break. Everybody in the group bought their coins. Because that's the situation you run into. You have the admins of the group. They always buy their coins early and purchase their coins at some of the lowest points. Obviously, that was probably what happened here because it was at one of the lowest points that it was reaching over the past little while. And you can even look back and see just these random pumps throughout the days. People have been purchasing. It looks like just large accumulations have been going on of this coin. And so if you were holding this coin, or if you did purchase down at this point, something that I always tell people is you always want to try to be aware of the markets at all time. This is just a crazy market. It's 24/7. So it could be 2 in the morning where you're at. It could be two in the afternoon. You could be at work. You could be in the middle of having dinner with your family in this market. 3 hours. This could be, you could be going to the beach for the day. 3 hours. Anything can happen, and you just missed out on a 25% increase. So big things can happen when you're not paying attention. So that's a big thing about the cryptocurrency world, is you always want to be aware of it. So if we look at the order book on this coin, even with, okay, so these are very low volumes, so it's only had 7 Bitcoins throughout it today. There's not really much going on. Sure, we go down here and look, 8:05, so it was an hour before the last transaction even happened. You've got 2 full hours of transactions on the market history log, so nothing big is happening here. I'm sure you're not going to see really any big pumps or anything like that until probably after the fork, or at least, I mean, coming up in the next week or so, when people, oh jeez, people start accumulating all the altcoins when they're on the sale at their max point, and then you'll probably see all these coins going up. But the problem you'll run into is everybody's wanting to get out of their altcoins, so they're going to sell them now. So you could pick them up now, or the people that pick them up now are going to have to hold them until after they drop and then come back up. So you pretty much have to run the chance, I mean, not run the chance, but you have to decide if you want to buy your coins now, or if you want to hold on to your coins and wait for this whole situation to pass. Or if you want to day trade on it, like how I do. In situations like this, you can make massive gains on just random coins. Look, just since we've been here, this has gone up 10%. So it's been on definitely a steady rise after the news broke. But yeah, I was looking at this coin when it was down in like the 70 cents. And I just never understood what it really did. But I should have understood it was going to be released on a Japanese market. So as you see here, you just come down into pretty much a really fine point. So there's kind of just like a battle of buys and sells going on right there. Nothing really serious. When you get to this point, you kind of have people that just throw out random sell orders for like, oh, if the coin gets up to like $12 a coin, I'll sell my 700 coins or something like that. And then it just makes like these random spikes. I'm gonna see if I can find, I think probably on like a bigger coin like Litecoin, we'll see it. And I'm not endorsing any of these coins that I'm talking about today. These are just like strictly charts that I'm coming across. I haven't really actually been paying attention to any coins today, so I'm not familiar with any of what's going on in these charts right now. Litecoin's actually gone up quite a good amount. It was just at $55 earlier. Now it's up to $58, and it did see $60. So as we're seeing right here, there's just a buy wall going up here. So a situation that you could always, or a situation you always want to be aware of while you're doing this, is if you buy Litecoin and you are about to sell, you want to always watch this buy wall. If this buy wall has a straight down drop like this, you know there's not really much support in front of this buy wall. And if the price is going up while there's that straight down drop, you know that that buy wall is actually consuming these sells down here. So or if not, that buy wall isn't, there's other people behind that buy wall that are just purchasing the sells. So the price is going up, and you're not going to want to sell technically at that point, but you're going to want to watch. As soon as this wall shrinks down to a little dot here, you're going to want to try to just watch it for a little bit, and Hopefully it goes back up, but you might want to grab it and try to gain as much as you can when it's at the smallest point. Normally it'll go back down, and the person who does have the buy wall will reposition their buy wall unless it did get consumed. But a lot of times you'll be able to just watch a coin go up a certain amount of percent just off these big buy walls that are just driving the price up. On the same situation, on the other hand, you could have a big sell wall driving the coin down. And sometimes I'll even be on the sell wall side, and I'll just put my coin up to try to sell it. And I'll put up a massive sell wall and add on to the sell wall with no real intentions of selling your coins, which I think is really looked down upon. But you want to drive the price down so you can acquire more coins. And it's actually a really shady thing to do. But in this market, everybody is doing it. And another big situation that you run into is everybody is trading with these bots as well. So you have these very small trades that are going through, and they're actually bots that are trading. So if you look at this coin is, okay, this is $58, so this probably won't work as well. I'm going to look at something that, we'll look for a really cheap coin. I'm sure EMC squared is fairly cheap. Okay, so we got 10 cents here. So this is the size of the order. So this is 10 cents for an order. These are the people buying them, and these are the sell orders. You have just all these random sell orders for 56, so that's $5.60 there. You have one for $9.50 here. This one's not as bad as some of the ones that you see, but on ones that have a lot more volume going on, you'll see just like $2, $1, 60 cents, 75 cents, and they'll just be small amounts. And what these bots are trying to do is they're trying to take advantage of the smallest gains that they can. They're going to sell a few coins here, and they're going to purchase a few when it drops 2%, and then they're going to hold it when it goes up 4% and sell them. And they're just trying to really make the smallest trades, but they're going to, at the end of the day, make the largest gains. And it's something that really, if you were doing this as a day trader, it's going to be very tedious and very hard to do. But these bots are doing it, and as a day trader, you're kind of competing with these bots in a way, because you'll have bots that are throwing up these small prices, and they'll really influence the price. You'll have like this. You'll have a sell wall, and you'll notice the sum side here. You'll go the whole way down to here, and it's 1 Bitcoin, pretty much the whole page until you get to a whole Bitcoin. It's starting to definitely go up now. But sometimes you'll get to 2 and 3 pages before you get to a whole Bitcoin. And that's because, or even not in that situation, even maybe like $200 or $300. And that's because you have these bots that are putting in such small orders to try to push the price down. And there's maybe not that much volume going on right now. And all it'll take is someone that wants to maybe come and put in a half a Bitcoin, and the market will go up 75%. And then at that point, these bots are going to come out, and they're going to drop more of their coins once the market price goes up. And then on the other hand, you're going to have day traders who are going to be trying to drop the price too, or drop their coins too as the price goes up, because they have their small gains that they're trying to make of their 5, 10s, 15%. They're not here trying to hold the coins for 20, 30%. You're either going to make 5 or 10%, or you sell the coin at exactly what you bought it for and pay your transaction fees. And that's what you do as a day trader, for the most part, if you're a big day trader. So you always want to be aware of just all the small buys and sells. They could really influence the price. They could be holding the price down. They could be holding the price up, just because nobody really wants to buy it right now. And then all that you have is all these small sell orders like what you have right here. That's what I was talking about. Just since this is not a big coin, probably not many people are looking to buy and sell at this point, even though it does have a large volume. You're going to have more people that are probably going to be selling than buying, I would feel, but you're going to also see some decent sell orders. But just in times like this, it gets kind of difficult to really predict the markets. You have so many people that they might be trying to sell their cryptocurrencies today so they can acquire Bitcoin Gold, or they might be selling their Bitcoin because they know Bitcoin Gold isn't really going to be that successful and it's just fueled by nothing, and they're going to be taking advantage of these cryptocurrencies at their lowest, and you don't know what the lowest is. The lowest could be right here where it's at right now, because as you see, Bitcoin has been continuously going up. Bitcoin's at 5,400. Oh, that, I don't know if that just like changed right there. That just dropped dramatically as I looked at it. Okay, it's saying 54. Okay, 54.34. I don't know why it changed, but $5,400. Okay, it's dropping a lot, but oh, wow, a lot. But so it's $5,400. It's still going up decently, but as the money starts to come out of the market cap of the Bitcoin, it's going to go into the other altcoins. So what you're going to see is, while all these coins are down today 30%, tomorrow they're going to be up 15-20%. So if you buy them today while they're down 30%, you're going to make your money definitely back tomorrow, if not tomorrow, in a couple days. So as you saw, most of these coins were in 32-33% down just when I was looking at them, and now they're only at 31. So they're going up slightly, not much, but you could come back in a little bit and look at these now on a different day, and they'll be all different, but they'll probably be a lot closer to zero than -50. But on a different day, when it's just like a normal market going on, you'll see maybe one full page to a page and a half of negative market coins going on, and you'll look at the deep or the worst coin, and there's always normally something behind it for its reasoning. Sorry, I had to take a drink. My mouth's getting really dry. But yeah, the coin that's got the biggest loss, you always want to look at it, because mostly there's always something behind the reasoning that it's got the biggest loss. Sometimes it'll be that it just got released on an exchange, which means everybody purchased it before, or they moved all their coins to the exchange now and they're trying to take advantage of the exchange's better price, and they're going to sell it while everybody's buying on the exchange. So you could see a big spike of a price there. You could see a developer that could possibly leave the team. You could see the team could be having problems with their wallet. They could have got hacked. Anything like that. So you always want to be aware of what you are buying into. But for the most part, most of the coins that go down are going to recover. At least they have been. You're going to want to be a lot more cautious in the upcoming future months. Definitely in the next 2 or 3 months, I think we're going to start to see a lot of shit coins definitely getting pulled out of this whole space. Just as you saw how we had Uno that was getting pulled off this market. So you're definitely going to see a lot more coins that are getting pulled off of all these exchanges, just because they're really starting to get cracked down on, and they don't want to get any more heat brought on them than they already have for trading in this lucrative market. So, and also I want to talk about something else today. I got an email today, and it was just a regular email. I think it was because I do join a lot of Slack channels for ICOs that are coming out. But the email was a MyEtherWallet wallet, or a MyEtherWallet email, and it pretty much had a link there, told you to log in because they had a new thing coming out with the I think, what is it, the Raiden ICO or something, the whole new update coming out. I forget what the whole email was even about, but it had a MyEtherWallet link, and it told you to click, log in, look at your Ether balance, make sure everything was okay. And I want to once again reiterate never to click on any links that take you to MyEtherWallet or any of these exchanges or anything ever. Most of these, to 99% of these, are going to be phishing links, and they're going to take your password, they're going to take everything that you're putting into it, and they're going to steal your Ether, they're going to steal your password, and they're going to log into your Bittrex account. They're going to drain your account. As long as you have two-factor authentication, you should be somewhat okay on Bittrex, because to pull the money out, I have to put in my two-factor code, and confirm the email and all that. So unless they get into your email, you should be okay. But if they get your password and it is the same password that you used to log into your email, and they change your email's password and all that, they could definitely hack you. And this is a big space. There's a lot of people growing into it right now. So you definitely don't want to fall victim to a scam, especially if you just made maybe 3 or 4 times your money that you initially put into it, and you're all excited and you don't want to be left behind. So you click on this link, and then tomorrow you log into your account and you have nothing left in it. So always remember, never click any MyEtherWallet account links. Never click on a Bittrex account link, a Poloniex account link, a Coinbase account link, a Facebook account link, anything. Don't click any links that anybody sends you for any reason. Make sure if you're gonna look for it, go to Google it, go take the actual Google link that pops up, or what I do is I save them on my, or I'll bookmark them, and then when you actually go to the site, it'll be lit up that it's your bookmark site, and that'll make sure that it's a correct site. Because like I've talked about before, for a lot of these ICOs, they have a lot of scam sites that'll come up, and they'll be .net, .com, .io, anything that's just close enough to the actual website that nobody's going to be noticing. And all it takes is a few minutes of them shilling that the crowd sales opened up, and you can submit your Ethereum to the contract, and before you know it, you've already lost half of your money. And so have another 400 people, because they don't know, and the team behind it didn't have time to tell anybody that it was a scam. So you always want to be aware of the URL that you're using at all times. Don't click any URLs that people send you. And I will definitely go a little bit more into day trading cryptos once the market starts evening out. I wanted to just get like a little look into it now. I wanted to kind of look around at it, and wanted to use the green screen and everything, and kind of float around here on the screen and stuff today, since I didn't really look at the markets too much today. But yeah, so for the most part, enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy this upcoming fork that's going on, and take the most advantage you can of all these fine cryptocurrencies and shit coins that are going to be on sale, that are going to be spiking massively in the next few weeks. It's going to be time that we make some profits, and it's time that you subscribe, and it's time that you go look for some other YouTubers that are making some great videos about this fine crypto world that is just engulfing the whole world around us. So just keep your mind open, go out there, learn about all this. Have a great day.